Jingle balls? Jingle bells? Jingle all the way? Jingle? Jingle. Alright. I don't expect anyone to join. Because I only plan to stream for like probably 20 minutes to yap about something. But while before I start everything, I'm probably gonna stream my art, but I also want to show this video. So I downloaded this video, and I'm wondering if I can share it on here. Let's get the video capture. Oh, I think that's my face cam. My bad, I didn't mean to do that. Let's turn that off. Oh wait, that's on the Minecraft gameplay. My bad. Let's see what I can do. Oh yeah, that's my streaming camera. I don't want that on. We're gonna get rid of that one. Okay. Alright, I'll give you time to like you know what? We're gonna stream share. We're just gonna display my whole monitor because I'm too lazy right now. Oh. Okay. So we're gonna pull up the video here. Okay. Not to presume, but okay, we're gonna turn the audio down because I don't know if it is copyright or not. I didn't check. Okay, not to presume anything, but aren't all adoptees grateful they got adopted? Adoption is beautiful. No. All adoption starts with trauma. And then, it's a common sense, I fear. It's the all adoption disrupts the child, removes them from their genetic family, falsifies their identity, and severs biological ties without the consent. But adoptees may feel the trauma differently. So yeah, this is an interesting video, and I just wanted to like pop this up real quick because I think it's interesting. And anyone who joins the stream, I'm gonna just tell them to skim back to where I show this video if I am talking about something. But did I call this not IDV? Okay, there you go. We're gonna pull up the artwork now while I talk about it. Alright. So about that video though. Okay, so I found it really interesting. So I might be a little bit of a TMI here, and I'm probably gonna unlist the stream at least what I'm gonna do is unlist the stream after this is done, just because like I'm gonna be talking about a lot of personal things to myself. And anyone like post stream watching this, I mean, I don't want you to feel as if you don't like trauma dump or like tell your whole life story. Don't like dox yourself like that. It's mostly for your safety, but feel free to tell your like how you feel. It's okay to talk about how you feel. It's okay to express how you feel about this. For any adoptees who are listening to this, if I decide not to absolutely obliterate this stream, you know, but if I decide to keep it up, you know, yeah, so back to the video that I wanted to talk about there. I wanted to talk about the fact that, okay, so the video there is very, like, heavy. And I remember reading a lot of comments on that video where people are like, well, this isn't my adoptee experience, or I didn't get traumatized, or this or that. And to be honest, for me, my traumatization, it's not really I kind of dislike. I feel like for a lot of people, they feel as if this word is just being thrown around willy-nilly, and I totally get that. I when I first watched that, I was like, huh, that's really interesting. I didn't think they were throwing it around willy-nilly, but I thought there could be a better word that could describe the feelings of an adoptee when it comes to like this situation of like knowing that for some people it's like, yeah, knowing that you were abandoned, or that you were your biological ties were severed with your biological parents and stuff like that. And I totally get that. It can be traumatizing. It can be traumatizing. And for that alone, for the abandonment issues that many children who are adopted feel, there's also like, there's the complexities. I'm not really the person to talk about foster care, but I know for foster care there's a lot of people who kind of, I'm gonna let me leave this Discord call before I continue on. Okay, but okay, so like continuing on, um I know for a lot of people that, like, yeah, no, it's a traumatizing experience, because you are, yeah, you are abandoned, you are left, or willingly or not. And it's really upsetting. It's upsetting for people to know, who are adopted, that feeling of like abandonment. And you, like, I personally, yes, I am very grateful for being adopted. However, I do feel like a sense of sadness. It's a very deep sense of sadness that I have when it comes to like thinking about my origins and my biological parents and like what happened and stuff like that. Because there is obviously an amount of care that was put in to like the fact that like a lot of parents, the so I know for some, like, I seeing Chinese adoptees on Instagram or TikTok. Well, I mostly see like TikTok, like people reposting onto Instagram. I'm not on TikTok because brain rot. Do I want that? But like I know, seeing for some adoptees, it's like they kind of have either like I've seen some Chinese adoptees have a resentment for their parents, or they have or for example, like me, they have kind of a somber feeling about it. It's just like, dang, that sucks. It's honestly heartbreaking to know. I can only talk about my experience as a transracial Chinese adoptee. And by the way, I'm using the term correctly. I really I have my gripers, my griplings with people who use this term incorrectly. And no, it isn't transing your race. I think that's the most ridiculous thing ever. I think that is the most insane thing ever. And no, I think it's stupid. Um, Saying it flat and clear right there, just that. And I also think, and I'm also going to put this out there too, and I think for anybody who tries to invalidate trans people's experience through quotation mark, quote unquote, trans racing, I think you're cringe. You're bibbity boppity electric boogaloo cringe. Um and yeah, and also like yeah, it's just cringe. It's so cringe. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Okay, back to what I was talking about. But yeah, I personally, for me, I don't really think, if I were younger, if I were like a teenager, I probably wouldn't say I was traumatized. But as an adult, like thinking about it now, I do think, like, learning, discovering, doing my research about like what was going on in China and like everything around the one child policy, it is traumatizing. It is like, it is really, it's like I said, for me it's really somber, it's really upsetting, it's really like disheartening to like know what happened, and to know that's why you had to be given up. And and it does kind of weirdly leave you with a sense, for me it leaves me with a sense of like this not abandonment, but it's just, it's that forceful abandonment that just feels really upsetting, knowing this. Am I gonna go look for my biological parents? No. I am perfectly content and happy with living in the United States and with my family, my adoptive family. and though my adopted family is my family, so I don't really feel the need to personally like go seek out my biological parents. um and that's okay. I know for some people, they always ask, like, there's a lot of people who ask, like, adoptees of, like, oh, are you gonna go seek out your biological parents? Some people, yeah, they need it's good to get that validation, um, of knowing why, or just wanting to know who birthed you, or the parents who, uh, yeah, who conceived you. And that's totally fair. That's totally fair. You're so real for that. And very valid. And but yeah, for me personally, I don't feel as if I need to. But the video is talking about the trauma behind it. Like I said, I feel like I can only speak for myself. I'm one adoptee, and I'm not speaking for all adoptees because adoptees' experiences are wildly different. And for me, like my experiences is as a Chinese transracial adoptee. So I think my experience my experience is solely to me, and also maybe like other Chinese transracial adoptees out there too. I feel like there's a lot of complex feelings. I've read subreddits and stuff where a lot of transracial Chinese adoptees like were like really, they were even like xenophobic slash xenophobic to China, as well as like just xenophobic to like even other Asian countries and Asian people, and it's really sad to see the amount of the abandonment that these people feel, to then that leads them to this hatred of people. Um, and it's really sad. Um, I there's two kinds of people. Either you hate where you came from, or you want to know more, to the point where obviously you go and search for your biological parents because you want to know more about your culture, etc. I think the thing that's kind of holding me back from the I want to find my biological parents is language barrier. Would I still seek them out if I knew Chinese? And I feel like there might be a maybe. There might be a maybe out there. But the other part of me is like, well, I feel like they kind of, I don't want to be like they made their choice. So, it is what it is. But that's kind of my outlook on it, really. I'm very, I'm very like, it is what it is. I have a lot of his social anxiety, so, you know, uh, all right. Yeah. So, but, I just think it's really interesting. And, yeah. I don't really have too much to say. Like I said, this is going to be a very short stream of me just talking about my own experience and kind of how I feel about it. Um, I don't think the I don't think every adoptee trauma around like has trauma around, like, let's say, their current relationships, but I do think it does all come from trauma. There is some sort of trauma that leads to whatever happens. So like what I'm trying to say is like there it starts from trauma, but it can heal, but you not heal, but yeah, you get you I guess you can say you can heal from it, um in the way that you're it's I love found families. I love found families. Sorry, I can't think of a better way to explain it other than um like having people, a supportive community, and a family who loves you. I do feel like does help with healing from that trauma. And and I think something that people should be aware of when adopting is, yeah, because it does start from trauma, you are going to have to help like with the healing process and recovery process with this child that you have adopted. These are all just my hot takes, so like, I mean, yeah. And I mean, for myself personally, uh it took I've been having because I'm also a diagnosed autistic person, I struggle deeply with how do I say? I struggle socially. I'm like socially inept half the time. The other half of the time I'm coping so hard that like it kills me. But it is what it is. I'm still alive. But I feel like my identity is constantly at odds. I'm always struggling to know who I am as a person. Okay, you know what? I'm kind of getting tired. I need to make a script for this. I think I'm just gonna make a video talking about this because I'm losing it, and my stuff is lagging. So I'm gonna end the stream, but I'll make a video about